We're in the home stretch, people. Yeah, that's right. Only 12 more days left in this shopping season to pick the leader of the free world. If the polls are right, Hillary's well on her way to winning this thing, though my guess is that the polls are going to tighten significantly as we get closer to Election Day, as they almost always do. Also, polls are just polls at the end of the day, and nobody knows what will happen until Election Day itself. I've been saying this for a while now, but I'm guessing that many people aren't publicly saying that they're supporting Trump out of fear or shame or public humiliation, so the polls might not be as accurate as pretty much everyone is saying they are. Whether the polls are right or wrong, anything can happen in the next 12 days, and knowing this election, anything that can happen will happen. Just wait for the Trump once groped a donkey, Hillary's being funded by Mr. Burns headlines the day before the election. A few really interesting storylines have taken root over the past couple weeks. On the Clinton front, it's pretty clear that there was some sort of coordination with PACs who conspired to create violence at Trump rallies. Regardless of who you're supporting in this election, I'd recommend taking a look at the Project Veritas videos here on YouTube. While you should view them with a skeptical eye, because Andrew O'Keefe of Veritas obviously is no Hillary fan, the videos do appear to provide proof of her campaign doing some seriously shady stuff to paint Trump supporters in a negative light and expose as much of this manufactured violence as possible to our lapdog media. When you consider the Project Veritas videos and add in the continuing information WikiLeaks is dropping about the Hillary campaign colluding with friendly sources in the media, as well as the DNC's rigging of the primaries against Bernie, it's pretty clear that even the most ardent Hillary supporter must acknowledge that there's been major ethical, if not legal, violations by her campaign. On the Trump front, there are a whole slew of other issues. First, the continuing allegations of sexual assault surrounding Trump, though none of them have been proven true yet. While his words to Billy Bush about grabbing women were crass, words do not equal action, and until any of these allegations are proven to be true, they remain just allegations. Regardless of whether they are true or not, apparently we live in a quasi-post-truth society where people get to decide what's true depending on whether or not they like the person. This is a huge problem because any of us could be accused of anything. I wish my friends on the left were a little more understanding of this, even when it's politically expedient for them right now to use innuendo to destroy Trump. The bigger concern here about Trump right now is his rhetoric around the elections being fixed. You all know I'm no fan of the mainstream media, and I've consistently called out the bad actions of the Hillary campaign, as I did just a second ago. However, Trump saying that our elections are rigged before they've even happened and with no evidence is an actual assault on our democratic system. For all of America's faults, we've always, without exception, had an easy transfer of power from one administration to another. This transfer of power from party to party has been a key to our success as a nation for over 200 years. We accept the results of an election and we put down the fight until the next one. While our elections themselves have had issues, just ask Al Gore in 2000, there has been a respect for the process by everyone who has run for the office. Trump is preemptively shredding this contract we've always abided by, potentially laying the groundwork for civil unrest and violence. And guess what? When the Trump supporters are out there on the streets protesting, rightly or wrongly, watch how quickly the left will be into the same state power they usually decry in putting down those protests. True democracy must survive any candidate, whether you think that the candidate is a crook or a narcissist. By the way, I'm not making a false equivalence here. I think there are wildly different reasons we should be suspect of both Clinton and Trump. Unfortunately, these are the two we're left with, and hopefully whichever of them wins will prove me wrong, either by making us stronger together or by making America great again. My guest this week is Hillary Rosen. Hillary's a Democratic strategist, often seen on CNN, as well as a partner at SKD Knickerbocker, a strategy and media relations firm. Hillary knows the media landscape and the Democratic machine well, and we're going to cover all of the issues I've mentioned here and many more. I know that by just saying Democratic, some of you will automatically dislike her and some of you will automatically like her. For those of you in between, which is undoubtedly the fastest growing group in American politics, it's important to hear from all sides and decide what you believe in. As I mentioned last week, I see a new political alignment happening right before our eyes. Many classical liberals, conservatives, and libertarians are suddenly realizing we aren't all each other's enemies. So regardless of whether it's President Trump or President Clinton, we should be finding allies in our fight to make America sane again.